I'm the first Spartan. I'm the CEO and founder, and I'm certainly not the last. We will never turn our backs on anyone in need. I've never been more committed to the world around us. Never. But where do we find strength? Because we all live different lives.
You're going too fast.
Live different lives.
Slowly.
But where do we find strength? Because we all.
So Joe, it's been a month since you packed up and headed up to Vermont with the family. How have things been going?
It was a little bizarre when we got to Vermont because I haven't lived here in quite a while. We have not been on the farm full time in 6 years. And then here we are, the pandemic hits, we race to Vermont, and we're here full time. I think the family likes it. I think it's going pretty well. I mean, who wouldn't want to be on a farm during a containment? People staying on the farm, obviously I have my wife, I have 4 children. They've got like another 4 friends that have been on lockdown with us. So that's 8 kids running around. I've got my nephew and his and niece, so that's another 2. So that's 10 kids we've got on the farm.
Don't forget about me.
My cousin, my other cousin, that's 12. The nanny. The 2 videographers and editors.
15, 16.
That's 14. The trainer, Sam, who runs our international coaching, that's 15. We've got Andy, the Olympian, because everybody needs an Olympian with them on containment. That's 16.
I don't like that one. Rather than a chin-up, I like a pull-up.
Oh my
let's crank 'em out. God, human beings.
Oh, John was here. There's a social media guy for the first 30 days. He showed up every morning live for those first 30 days. I woke the whole house up while I was on live Instagram. I didn't have a conversation with my wife or my kids about being live nonstop, about all these people that were going to be living with us during containments. Court! We need you. They need their mother. I mean, there's just cameras on us around the clock here. And it became the Truman Show here on the farm.
Yeah. I just finished the live on the Instagram. Waking up the kids, they're still not up. So I gotta go to extreme measures now. Come on.
Can't even see straight. This is 7 days a week. There were no holidays. There were no times. We're in the barn at 5 a.m. We're leaving the barn at 7 p.m. at night. This is every single day we're on. And it broke the team. 5:30 a.m. Spartan Warrior Call Recap. Spartans! 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 Spartans. Everybody was passed out. Midday, morning, night, and we were literally taking turns waking each other up. My kids, find them sleeping. I found everybody. The dog was passed out. And then we got into a groove. All of a sudden, our content went viral, right? The kids workout, the 3 o'clock kids workout started getting like 100, 200, 300,000 views in a very short period of time, which was unbelievable. And then merchandise sales went through the roof. We started selling out of everything. 300, 400, 500% increases in merchandise sales. So it didn't make up for all the losses on race sales, but it was welcomed. Well, the big standout moments in those first 30 days of being on the farm, after we furloughed about 75% of the staff, and then we were lucky enough to get some government funding, and that allowed us to bring back a lot of the staff. So here we are. This is what we're doing. We got a 2 o'clock call with the Small Business Association. We're going to try to lobby. We're going to try to lobby the government and see if we can get money. I mean, if the airlines are asking for $50 billion and Boeing's asking for $60 billion, what about the event industry? What about helping all those people that come out and sweat and work hard? And now, I mean, shit, the whole fitness industry is upside down. It's going to be gone in a month. Fitness industry will be gone. We'll be starting over. We hired lobbyists, which was interesting, so that we could lobby as an industry, an event industry, and go to the White House and go to Congress and go to the Senate and say, hey, we need help as an industry, not just Spartan. There's 50,000 events that are all shut down, and this is a very important part of life in America, and it gives people some hope and something to train for. We had to pick and choose who could come back because we couldn't bring everybody back, and it was people that were focused on anything related to sales. We couldn't bring back the whole staff that puts on events because we weren't putting on events for the foreseeable future. I would say 90% of the customers were really understanding that our lives and their lives and everybody was turned upside down. Believe it or not, there were a lot of customers that were purchasing tickets and saying, I don't even want to race. You changed my life. Your organization changed my life. So I just want to support you guys during this time. And then obviously there were a few people extremely upset at our no refund policy, which, you know, I wish wasn't the case. I mean, my number one policy in life and in business is the customer is always right. Take care of the customer first, and it's going to take care of the business. It was me trying to explain to, I would say, a couple of hundred consumers from around the world that when they purchase a ticket, we spend that money before the event. And a lot of people just don't understand that math. They think that if the event didn't happen, it didn't cost us anything. There were some difficult challenges in communication. I actually held Zoom calls, which was about 200 folks, and I said, lay it on me, yell at me, scream at me. I'll try my best to explain how this works. So look, this is a shitty conversation for me, shitty for all you guys. 45 countries with Tough Mudder, 325 events shut down. It's an absolute nightmare. And I wish I had different news for you, but my goal here with this phone call was to try to explain the predicament that we are in. As a company, if you could just play along with me and envision how this works. We decide a year ago that we're going to put on an event, let's say, in New York City. What has to happen is a ton of our employees have to get engaged, hundreds and hundreds of employees we have, right, that are working on all these events. We got to go out and secure insurance. We got to go out and secure t-shirts. We got to go out and secure medals. We got to go out and secure heavy equipment. We got to find a venue. We got to pay for a venue. We got to do a deal with a hotel. We got to do a deal with an airline because we got to fly 50, 60 people in. I got to bring in 1,000 volunteers. I got to get a bunch of technology there to make sure we have accurate timing. You can't even believe the cost of time and equipment. That's a whole separate discussion. And a whole machine goes into process, right, where we start spending all this money. Yeah, it's hard, but I'd rather do that. I'd rather confront it. And my personal feeling is I kind of like when people are mad at me, because if you turn those people, they're friends for life. And there's psychology behind that. It's not just like random. If you turn a person that's negative towards you, and then you guys have a relationship, it's a much tighter relationship.
Disappears for hours. We are giving them future race entries. That's the currency we have. That's what we did for Tough Mudder to help save those employees and those customers. It's the same exact thing.
We didn't buy our tickets with a ticket currency piece. We bought it with cash.
Can that currency pay for a mortgage or a utility bill or anything like that?
Guys, I don't know what else to tell you. If we don't have the cash, I don't know what to tell you. I feel like I'm going in circles. I'm trying my best to explain our situation. I'm sorry it frustrates you that our competitors went into bankruptcy and we tried to save that business. We didn't know the pandemic was coming. Yeah. I wish I had a better answer for you. I apologize if you have a mortgage situation. I'm in the same boat.
It was probably the all-time worst moment. It was the absolute worst moment to acquire another event business. We're in the business of social undistancing. As a matter of fact, if you think about it, our Tough Mudder product, this acquisition, they're into more social undistancing because everybody's got to work together to get over the obstacles. Yeah, it was the absolute worst time. It'll be fine. Ultimately, it'll be fine. The pandemic will be over here, but could have waited. Hindsight is 20/20.
Ringing the bell, guys. Unbreakable 24. It's here Saturday, 3 p.m. Runs for 24 hours. Goes through every product we have: Sprint, Super, Beast, Hurricane Heat, Agogi, Death Race, Last Man Standing, Last Woman Standing, Lifetime Season Pass. 24 hours of Sparta. Last call.
Alberto and I was sitting down in the barn, as we did for 30 days, every single day, all day. It was like my second wife. And he said, we should do a reality show. We should make people suffer for 24 hours. And I think the whole world right now will get excited about it because they're trapped in their houses, and we can make them do all these tasks and climb over their couches. And so I said, yeah, let's run with it. Let's do it.
Alex is going to be running the workout with Sam, Catherine, Charlie, Jack. I want to introduce Andy quick. Come here. Guys, this is Andy. Andy went to the Olympics in 2008.
The goal was let's see, who's the last man standing and who's the last woman standing? Like, who could endure, right? With all this going on, losing your job, being stuck in your house, being fearful of the virus, and then Crazy Joe and Spartan is putting you through hell in wherever you are in the world, locked down.
Mark those people down, Don, because we're coming for them if they don't finish. That's on Zoom can see me, yes? Hands up. Can you see Alex? Can everybody see Alex? Hand up. Don, can you see Alex? Nice.
We're gonna do our jumping jack.
You're in charge.
You know, I'm not a big believer in virtual races because I want people to get outside. I want people to get dirty. I want them to build their immune system, to sweat, to meet others. But I think virtual races might have a place in our lineup. There were over 150 countries that participated. We don't hold events in 150 countries. So I think it's a way for us to increase our footprint around the world and give access to people that otherwise wouldn't have access. We received so many emails post this event where people were saying, look, I needed something to look forward to. I needed something. Thank you so much. You literally transformed my mindset. I'm back in the game now. So it was just having some hope, something to look forward to, a date on the calendar that gets you through your days. This is a perfect wake-up call to give people hope again, to get endurance events back on calendars everywhere. And so I challenged the team and I said, find a market where they will let us have an event. It was Jacksonville, Florida.
I love this idea of owning it. If I was doing everything right, a coach would not have appeared on my phone.
To tell people what to do, when to open, or what to do in any kind of population health program.
Hey, did you see June 13th, Jacksonville, we're go?
Yeah.
We gotta go, guys. What are we doing?